drink my little Monaco. Let me see. Let's just go do recording. You ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I think I do want to move this. That motherfucker over here by me. Bet. I'm ashy. No, I'm decent. Sure ain't putting no lotion on. I don't know how I'm not ashy.
Definitely decent, champ. Shit.
I be at the gym ashy in the motherfucker. I don't be getting no fuck.
You went today?
No, I had went to Chicago Fitness. I just got some miles in real quick. We closed at 5:30, so I just went over there real quick and then came back over here. But yeah. All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Trey on the Vibe. I know it's been a minute. But I've been doing some great things since I've been away. I ain't gonna lie to you. I've been doing some great things. Right, as you can see, we got the job done. So I'm sitting here, new man, champ. So that feel good to say. Bring that to the pod for the people who've been wondering where I've been at. I know I've been hitting at this fighting stuff. I had a couple fighters on. But yeah, this is gonna be the first time I got another fellow fighter, fellow brother on as a champ. And
Kicking it with
yeah.
the champ. Let's get it.
Right, so without further ado, let me introduce Mark. How you doing, man?
Man, I'm blessed, man. I'm here with the champ. I'm ready to, talk some shit and,
Yeah, so yeah, like I said, I'm here with Mark, another fighter from the gym. Mark is currently 1-0, and it was a beautiful thing seeing him finally get in the ring, get his first win on the first time being in there. That's a great experience in itself. I know, because not obviously on the other side of being 1-0, you could have been 0-1, and a lot of people feathers could have been ruffled,
right.
On that 0-1 start. Mm-hmm. So luckily, me and you don't know what the other side feel like to start off 0-1, but yeah. One of the main reasons why I want to bring you on the podcast is because I know shortly before you shared a message where everybody just talking about your overall thought process going into the fight and some thoughts you was basically having with yourself, a conversation you was having with yourself, and I wanted to commend you, just like everybody else was commending you for being big enough, man enough to share those thoughts, because to be honest, in the same type of thoughts that everybody had going in to their first fight. Mm-hmm. Some of the same thoughts that I had going in to my last fight.
Yeah.
Every fight, when the stakes get higher, like and the more eyes that's on you, the pressure get greater.
Yeah, that's a different feeling.
But yeah, I'm gonna let you start off by talking about what the reason you felt like you needed to put out that message, and what all went into that.
So the reason I wanted to put out that message, because what everybody see, as you know, is the fights, the knockouts, the highlight reels, the cool shit, right?
They don't see the work.
They don't see the work. They don't see the mindset that go into it. They don't see, some days other days you down here.
Right.
Like
right.
Some days
some days I done got beat up in there.
Man, and you just like, man, am I ready? And then other days you done whoop them on. You like, man, I'm gonna knock this motherfucker out. And it was an up and down process. But I kind of just you know, like this the whole journey of that first fight, cause
Mm.
you know, cause you seen the dude, man.
So what really had you worried about? Because everybody say I ain't scared of nobody, I ain't scared of nothing,
Yeah,
but the fear isn't imminent. You're not locked in a cage with somebody who want to do just as much harm to you as you want to do to them.
yeah,
It's almost I don't want to say like it's almost like being locked in a jail cell with somebody, but
yeah,
like you know.
yeah, for sure. You know the biggest thing that had me there's just the uncertainty, cause you don't know. Like you training, you doing all this training. It's like, is it gonna be worth it? Am I gonna perform? Am I gonna get out there? Especially it being my first fight. I'm
Right,
like, am I gonna get out there and perform, or am I gonna freeze, or
right.
how's my cardio gonna be? Cause one thing for a fact, cause I've been training for like since like 2020. So
Mm,
I got some decent like on and off 2020. I wouldn't
mm,
even say consistent, but
mm.
you go in there, you spar, you get better. But I I tell you what, like it was nothing like getting in there. Like the adrenaline,
Mm,
like the how tired I was. I ain't never felt that tired before. And
mm,
like I watched the fight back, and I didn't look tired at all. But I just remember being in there. I'm just like, man, like the first few
like
exchanges,
damn,
I'm
it
like,
ain't over yet. Yeah,
man, I'm like, yeah, because it was 2 minute rounds. I'm like, in the first round, I'm like, man, like in the back of my head, I'm like, this ain't the first round ain't over. I thought this was gonna be like sparring. It was nothing like sparring. So it was
mm,
just really the uncertainty. Like I didn't. It was a lot of things I had questioned. Like how was my cardio gonna be in front of people? How was the adrenaline? Like if I got hit with a big shot, how was I gonna take it?
right.
So, that's what really had me worried. And like you said, you seen the dude. Like he wasn't tall, but he was big. And I was looking at the pictures. Like I never seen this guy before the face off.
Mm-hmm.
So all I see was
The muscle,
yeah.
right?
So I'm man, am I doing the right thing? So I'm just like, and
Mm,
I got all the trolls on Facebook. I'm posting the pictures. Man, he
right.
gonna whoop you. So
Yeah.
I was in my head a lot. But my biggest thing from this camp was to just discover more about myself. Like,
Mm,
follow through. Like, if you say you're going to do something, do it. Like, you signed that fight. Like, it
right.
was something I wanted to really pull out. So I'm like, man, like, I don't want this dude to. Because
Right.
I was scared. But, I'm just like, bro, I'm trying to build my confidence up.
Mm,
Like, it take a real confident man to get in that ring in front of everybody and, perform like that. So,
right. Win, lose, or draw. Like there's thousands of people out there who have never got into a fist fight, threw a punch,
yeah.
got into a real serious altercation with somebody. And it's different from being on the street fighting somebody who's untrained,
Hmm.
versus somebody who's basically, like, quote unquote, trained to kill or could kill somebody
Right.
under the right circumstances.
Right.
And it's just the danger, like, you in there by yourself and you only got the ref to pull somebody off of you.
Right.
And you see how these refs be. They be pulling people off people too late
Too late.
sometimes.
Yeah. That was there.
But
For a fact.
yeah, I definitely commend people. Like, I don't care if somebody got a 0-5 record. I still
Facts.
respect them. Um, well, I still have hold them in a higher regard, just because I know how hard it is just to get one win.
One win for sure.
But yeah, how did you like? Let me ask you, like, how did your parents, like, when you first told them, okay, I got a fight on this day, and my opponent or whatever. Cause I know how my parents is and how I'm around just all females,
Yeah.
and then they look at me like they protect her and whatever, and so they will every fight they be worried sick. Like my older sister, she be too scared to come to the fights.
Mm-hmm.
My granny, last time I seen my granny, I told her I had another fight coming up. She was like, "So after this, you gonna be done?" And I was like, "I don't know, granny." I was like, "Probably not." But yeah, just talk me through, like, the comfort that your mom was giving you going into the fight.
See, this will make this even better, right? So I didn't tell my mom because for that reason, my mom,
Mm,
you know how our family is. They love us. They don't want to see us hurt.
Right.
And you know, I always told my mom for the last 2 years, I'm like, man, I'm gonna step in there. She's like, I really don't want you to. So I knew she was going, and she real good at talking me out of stuff. You know, Pops was just like, oh man, you know,
Right.
I have fun in there. My OG, I didn't even tell her. I actually announced the fight on Facebook, and she seen it that way. The post wasn't even up 30 seconds, and she was calling me, and
Blue.
yeah, we had a serious conversation because she called. She like, man, like, I really don't want you to do this. She say, and I'll never forget this, and it feel even better now. Like she won't tell nobody the story, but she like, man, I don't know. It's just why they pick him? Why they pick you to fight him? Why couldn't they get you nobody else? Like he looked like he been doing this. I said, Ma, I've been doing this too.
Right.
I'm dangerous too. A lot of people don't know that because I don't know how long we've been friends on Facebook, but you know I used to troll on Facebook. Like that's kind of like the old. Like a lot of people never really took me serious. So you know this was the first time like I was gonna be doing something like real serious, and a lot of people, you know, they see this big gorilla looking, you know, GTA character looking motherfucker, and they see my troll ass, and they are like, oh man, like Mark about to get. But I'm like, man, like I'm dangerous. Like if I put my mind to this, because you know what. You learn a lot about yourself in training, right? In what you could be. Like I never knew like if once I got out there how I was gonna be, but as far as the training, I'm like okay, like I could be decent. Like if I really, you know, because I think I had 6 weeks dedicated myself, I could perform out there.
Right.
I could make him look silly. I could, you know, but a lot of people didn't know that because you know I only let people know what I want them to know. So
Exactly.
you know, that was
I
one
tell
of
people
those
all the
things.
time, the internet is not a real place.
Not a real place.
It's not a real place
You
for
never
sure.
you never know, and you know I feel like this fight I really showed a lot, and I'm satisfied with the win, but I'm not like I don't know.
It's past you.
It's past me. I'm ready for the next.
Right, just as I think I was telling you before, you know, I was riding the high of the wind for a good 2 weeks or whatever, and then after that, it was just shit. You know, it's past me now.
Yeah.
I want another. I want to be better.
Yeah, most definitely.
You know, watch the fight and saw all the mistakes I did make, and then I was once again disgusted with myself. I'm like, oh no, I got to fix that. You know, if I want to be better and get to a higher level, win another one, I gotta fix these
Man, you
mistakes.
did that one in style. You chased that man down, like
Man.
And I get the privilege of training with this man, so I already know. Like I already knew the pressure dude felt,
Right.
because you was in his face and you was every time he was trying to bang, you was on his ass, and I'm just like,
Man.
you know. Even though he hold back on me, everybody, you know, he hold, I be
man.
seeing him, he be wanting to, you know, but I know what it's like being under that pressure, and you had that man.
Yeah, so that was it was nice that for your first fight you was able to get in with somebody who had a similar build, a similar style to your opponent, and then you know you being a taller, longer opponent, like the person I fought.
Yeah.
That was nice to have each other be our main training partner going into that.
Fact.
And yeah, man, that was a good experience. So once again, if I didn't thank you before, I want to thank you again for helping me
Thank you,
get
brother.
to that point.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, and then like beyond all the punches that was thrown, like I said, it was the mental game, the mental aspect. That's more than half of the battle right there. Because I know it was a lot of other fighters. So keep in mind, we had 5 people fighting, and I was the only one that wasn't making their debut that night. And
Well, I think Red got a couple fights.
yeah,
there.
yeah, that was his second fight with us that I know of. But yeah, and everybody else, they fought phenomenal. Shit, they fought their ass off, win, lose, or draw. I mean, I was proud of everybody with the way they fought, and it's funny because a lot of people was asking me like, how was it how is it going to be in there? Like what do you think? Like, do the rounds go by? I'm like, man, like, shit, I just I just be in there
You just be,
sticking and moving,
you
boy.
just be in there for sure.
No, but like the rounds. So my rounds were threes, and what round? I think it was the second round. The second round was the only round that felt long, to be honest with you, because
Yeah.
I knew like the first round could have been either or. It was real close. So I'm like, nah, I gotta really turn this shit up. So I came out, I don't know, with some flying shit or something like that. Came out
Got on
right
his
to it.
ass.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Ain't had no more time to waste. But yeah, I was just trying to, it's funny that what is this? I'm only 5 fights in my career, and now I'm looking at like a veteran. I'm in that position, and taking people under my wing and stuff like that, and I'm still not even where I want to be in this game. But yeah, it's just all mental. Like
What's that?
once you get out your own way, you like once you get out your own way, nothing else can stop you. Like the biggest opponent is going to be the man looking at you in the mirror.
100.
You find a way to defeat him every day. Can't nobody else stop you.
That's a fact.
Definitely getting in there. I know my first. People ask me how I felt my first fight. Was I nervous and whatever? Hell yeah, I'm nervous for every of them. I got bad anxiety as it is, so it's like, yeah. Once I get in there and that bell ring, you don't got time to be scared
Mm-hmm. Yeah, motherfucker coming. And,
Right.
and that's one thing. One thing cause you see this fighting shit on TV and it make you think like what, like oh I want to get into that, but you get in there and you getting hurt and shit. But that's one thing I do like about fighting is that anxiety. It could do one or two things. It could either push you, motivate you, or it could make you shy away. And if it do the first thing, then you good because I feel like it's good to have that appropriate fear or, have anxiety because you know what? You're going to be in that gym. You're going to work hard. You ain't going to miss a session. You ain't going to, you ain't going to fuck around.
Exactly.
Especially if you got that picture of that somebody and he
Right.
training. Because I know last camp, I'm like, man, I'm going to knock this motherfucker out. I could have imagined how many times he was saying that over at his gym. And when you had
And
it in your
believed it.
mind, yeah, and he believed it. And he in the bag hard, like, man, I'm gonna knock this motherfucker out. And having that in the back of your mind is just like, oh, like, you got something to look forward to as far as, like, that's motivating. It's scary, but it's motivating.
Right.
And I bet every fight you showed up in the best shape you could be.
Hell yeah, because like I say that all the time. I don't know what my opponent doing right now. I don't know if he working as hard as me, if he's trying to outwork me or whatever. Like, there can be a skill gap. Whether I got 3 fights and he got 7 fights, and the experience level is different. But the only thing I can control is how much I'm working, how hard I'm working. You never want to be outworked, and that's pertaining to more than just fighting. That pertains to life in general. You get out exactly what you put into whatever you're doing. And me, I felt like I started the game late. It's people starting at 15, 16, or at the latest 18 or whatever. And what was I? I started at 2021, so it was what was I like 24, 25, something like that. And yeah, I'm like, damn, I'm starting late as hell, and everybody else got these years of experience, high level grappling and all that stuff. I was like, shit, the only way to close that gap is to be in this bitch every day. Every day, twice a day, working as hard as I can, asking as many questions as I can. I be on YouTube every day, searching up different stuff, saving different moves, combinations, all that stuff. But yeah, being a real student of the game.
Yeah.
When did you first get interested in the whole fighting world, fighting experience?
So I would say around 2019, because I had an old friend that used to fight, And
Who was he?
it was A. John.
I bet.
Yeah, he used to fight, and I was like, oh shit, this shit pretty cool, you know. And he was like, hey man, like, you know, come through. You should learn. You would be decent. I'm just, oh man, you know, I give it a try, and you know, I pulled up. I still got the picture, you know. And first session I went in there, and
You
bro,
went on the sparring day?
nah, you know, Coach Danny won't even let you spar if you knew, but you know, when you knew the funniest shit, we were just talking about this the other day at MMA stuff. When you knew, you be all power, no technique, no,
Bro.
you just hitting the motherfucker as hard as you can.
Being that bit tired in the first 2 minutes, man.
You be in that bit, no technique, just you know,
Winging it.
yeah. So kicking the bag as hard as you can, no technique, and it was fun. I'm just like, okay,
Right.
I ain't sparred for at least the first. I was scared. I ain't gonna lie. 2 years, just training. And I recommend sparring, bro. I really do. Because first of all, it gets you used to, you know, getting hit. Because you could hit the pads, you could do all that cool
Right, but
shit.
the pass ain't gonna hit you back.
The pads ain't gonna hit you back.
Right.
I be trying to tell a lot of these people because they, you know, they want to do pad work with me and they want to, you know, post it. And you know, I used to be that too. Like, you know, you look cool on the pads doing a nice little combination. Ain't nobody gonna stand right there for you to do that combination.
Right.
Especially if you fight me, you know I ain't gonna
Just stand there.
I ain't
I'm
just gonna stand there and
sticking
let
and
you
moving.
No, you gotta get used to, you know, sparring and stuff, and that's when I really felt like I took a different step towards like getting to this first fight is when I started sparring because you know at first you be twitching and you know when somebody throwing or even if they fainting you looking
Bro,
away.
You giving tells to how you gonna react and different stuff because
Exactly.
you're scared. You don't know what to expect. You don't know how it's gonna hurt, how much it's gonna hurt.
Yep. Then you forgetting to breathe because you under that and you know. Imagine being new, you don't know what's going on, and you look up and Rob your sparring partner.
Shout out Rob to the
Shout
shore,
out
man.
Rob, man.
Bro, that'll let you know exactly where you at, or if you wanna, if this is what you really want to do. Because imagine me going in, shit. He was getting ready for some fights when he went on that run where he won a couple belts in a row, and I wasn't nowhere near to where I am now, and I wasn't even in this type of shape and whatever, in this type of mindset and whatever. I didn't even have good gloves back then, and motherfucker threw me to the wolves, and I just remember going in there like, shit, fuck it, I'm here now, and then like. Just think about, all right, let me see how long I can survive in here, just, whatever. Then I just remember just how many seconds we got left until this round over so I can go and give somebody my side, my experience or whatever. And I remember I always think back on that version of myself. Then I think back on when I started getting some more confidence in the gym. Then I started welcoming those rounds. Yeah. Right?
Right.
Now it goes from, all right, let me go get my round in with this dude real quick. Hope nothing happened to now we going 4 rounds straight and I'm landing some shit. Landing some good, meaningful like combinations to where like I'm doing some shit. You know what I'm saying? Versus a guy who got 100 plus fights in the mixed martial arts, whether it's kickboxing, boxing, MMA.
Yep.
Yeah, so you got all that experience, and I'm actually landing some stuff now. And he gotta stay on this game. Not saying that I'm in there working them, but like
you just building confidence in there.
Right, and that's a long way from building your character, building your confidence, your experience. So I think about that all the time. And shit, the last fight, he was one of my main my main sparring partners, and when I was telling them, I'm like, shit, that just, I'm like, actually last week we was talking. I was like, I'm like, yeah, all these rounds that I go with you and some of the other pro guys in here and whatever. I'm like, these are some of the hardest rounds I had so far. I'm like, I haven't stepped in a ring with a guy who had 100+ fights yet. Like you're not go get that too many places. And who's a true heavyweight, hit like a truck, and I ain't.
Hit, kick,
Right,
knee.
I've been caught a couple, I've been caught a couple times, but that's the nature of the game. You go get hit. You know what
Man.
I'm saying? But I didn't land in my shit too, but I ain't been knocked out yet. So that's a good thing. That says a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, most
Especially when
definitely.
there's a skill gap.
Yeah.
You,
And people don't know you feel that too. Like Rob experience, you feel that. Like it's real life levels in this game for real.
exactly.
Like you would think like, oh, I'm nice. Then you would get with a motherfucker and they're just, it just depend on the level. It's just like, oh shit, like my boxing decent. Like I'm ready for Floyd. You be feeling like that, then you get with a boxer with more experience that ain't even known, and he,
Right, and not even that shit. You would get with a 16-year-old and get your ass pieced up,
bro,
and you 30.
man,
But yeah, that's one of the misconceptions people have. Especially growing up, growing up in the project, people all they do is fight. You know what I'm saying? It's funny because people don't be believing when I say I ain't never been in a fight before I started fighting.
right,
And look at me now.
right,
And like I be telling people, I ain't really had no reason to get into a fight. I've been in a couple of scuffles and whatever, but yeah, I ain't really had no reason to fight. Always had some size to me, so it ain't really
nobody fucked with you,
right.
just based off that,
Motherfucker don't want to be the first one to fuck around and find out.
right, for sure,
But yeah, it's definitely a different experience. And another thing to piggyback off that, people who know how to box, or people who know how to fight in a trained discipline, they don't always know how to fight outside the ring,
for a fact,
right? Because it's a different experience. It's different fighting in the ring and being in a damn bar fight and whatever. You got so many different variables and whatever.
if that motherfucker ain't sanctioned, I ain't fighting,
Right. Motherfucker, I mean, somebody random asked me to spar and whatever. I'm like, I don't know you, boy. You might.
you got different intentions. You never know what a motherfucker got on their mind. So
Right.
yeah, fuck that.
But yeah, hopefully, I know I'm gonna win this next one, come out on top.
For a fact.
Always take that mindset in there, winning mentality. After that, I don't know. I ain't gonna keep fighting for free though. Not too much longer. You know what I'm saying?
I get you right now. He fighting for, you know what I'm saying. He putting Jolly on the map, but in a minute they're gonna have to pay you, champ.
Yeah.
And I was gonna say I do appreciate that though. You putting on for the city. It's not easy. Like
doing this.
It's the best 180 pounder in Illinois.
Hey man, I'm just
Illinois,
doing what I do.
That's what that say.
I'm
You know
just
what I'm
doing
saying?
what I do.
He from J-Town too. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Well, not a lot of people. Not a lot of people see their dreams through. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of woulda, coulda, shouldas that come through here, that's still here, leave and come back here. You know what I'm saying?
Most definitely.
Yeah, I always been a dream chaser. Like, put my mind in something. Always believe, I can do something. At the worst case, I try some shit out and figure out it's not for me, and then I move on to the next. I'd rather do that versus me looking back on the years and like, damn, I'm too old now. And like, I could have, I probably could have did that. I could have probably been, good at this X, Y, and Z, or whatever.
Right.
That's why you see me into different stuff. That's why you see this stuff on the wall. Like, I just do. Like, how many people you actually see live out their passions. You know.
Yeah, you killing the game, brother. I'm trying to get like you. You know, as far as champ, as far as having different avenues, trying different things. It's
You gonna get
you don't got
better.
no kids, right?
Nah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Keep doing your thing, chasing your dreams, and when
Right.
you ready to.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm trying to get like the champ.
But on like since you did bring that up, I want to have so like my last name means something to me. I don't know about majority of the people in the town. Um, they first name is everything to them, but my last name is everything to me. Especially when you come from a lineage of men who were respectable men that was in your life the whole time, led by example, showed you the way. Every time you know they ask who you is and you tell them your name, I know your granddad, I know your dad, or they got nothing but high praise for them. That means something to me, and I'm gonna have to pass that along to my son one day, or my kids or whatever. You ever been out with your dad or whatever, and they just see like it just seem like every time you out with them, they see everybody in Joliet know them. So they stopping having conversation with everybody, and you just ready to go home, and you just like, man, this nigga he ain't that cool. Right. I'm gonna be one of them.
Then they do that one thing, man. This your son, right?
Man.
Man, I used to change your diaper. I was just like, oh man, you don't remember me when you?
Hell no. I be lying just so I ain't gotta talk to him. I be lying either way.
Oh yeah, I remember you. Yeah, when I was 1. Yeah, for sure.
All right, just for future, don't ask me that because I'm a lie. But yeah,
For a fact.
yeah, that definitely means something to me, and I don't want people to remember oh, your dad was in the streets, your dad was a low life, or some shit like that. Nah, I want to be somebody my kids be proud of, to say that that's my dad.
100.
Hell yeah.
And it's one thing, bro, because that's another reason why I started, because I want to be remembered for something, like just like you was saying, like my last name mean a lot to me too, and I was gonna actually ask you, because you see how motherfuckers our age, they operate, they in the bars every day, they real life ain't no shit for real,
Right.
and they
Ain't doing
chasing
nothing
the
meaningful,
wrong
yeah.
things. They
Right.
chasing females. The females chasing dudes.
I'm chasing a legacy.
Yeah, legacy. I like you said, I want my kids to be proud. One thing that's gonna be stamped forever is you will never be able to take that away from you.
Hell no.
On some real shit, that's what I'm chasing. Like, I want stuff that can't nobody take away from you, and you got something to show for it. I don't want to be that, because these unks nowadays, be chilling, man. I had all the hoes back then. I had all the.
Where they at now?
To show for it.
Right, where they at now?
Man,
all that drug money, where it at now?
The champ would be like, man, son, I hit this motherfucker with a left hook and he fell and I stood over his ass, and it's on video.
Right.
You know what? It's on YouTube, right? Go pull that up. 20 years down the line, it's still gonna be there.
It's a picture in my granny house right now of her dad hitting the bag. He was a boxer. I didn't find that out until last year, and he been passed away for a minute now. And my granny just now told me that, and I look at that picture all the time, like, shit. Well, I knew I always had these bitches. It was nice to see somebody else had them.
Yeah. So you the besides him, like, before you found that out, you was the only one in your family that fought?
Yeah.
That you know of? Yeah. That's what's up.
Bro, I heard my dad whooped a couple asses here and there.
Yeah.
But I wasn't there to see it, so
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's the difference. We gonna be able to, hey man, come sit down. Let me show you who Pops is. You be talking crazy around. Kids gonna get 15, 16, like we was when we was ready to try our Pops. Sit down right here,
Bro.
buddy. You know.
Motherfucker in their 20s, we like, yeah, let me show you what I was doing to motherfuckers in my 20s.
Right. That's the type
Yeah.
of shit I'm chasing for sure. Like, you know, like I love I love my town. I love Joliet, but you know, I want to be known for. Like, that's why I said I appreciate the champ because he giving us purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like the champ from Joliet. You know what I'm saying? He from Joliet. I'm from Joliet, and the champ he was born the same place as me.
Right.
You know, that's what when people talk about Joliet, because Joliet mean a lot to me, bro. I don't know about
It
you.
do.
But yeah,
It's all. I mean, it's all I know.
it's all a motherfucker know, man. And you know, when somebody out here doing positive stuff and you know doing the right things and they putting us on, you know, because you don't even know you inspire me, bro. Like, shit, if the champ could go out there and knock a motherfucker out, why can't I? You know, I train with you and we be having some good rounds. And one thing I appreciate about you, bro, is that you keep me honest with myself. Like, you know, some sparring partners you gonna have, you gonna be like, all right, like, I'm gonna just, cause I'm a little tired right now, I'm gonna take this round off and bullshit a little bit. But it's some people like yourself, cause you gonna throw that left hook and you gonna throw that switch kick, and that motherfucker gonna hurt. If you ain't on your shit, that motherfucker gonna hurt. So I like that you keep me on my toes, even when I'm tired. Cause that honestly helped me in my last fight. Cause like I said, and after the first round, I was tired, bro.
Yeah, folks was trying to kick the hell out you.
Man,
I remember you telling. I
he
remember you
was.
saying that.
Kicked the fuck out my leg, and you know I got to get better at checking kicks. But at least I'm glad he was kind of one dimensional. Like his thing was he wanted to throw his hands and that leg kick. Now if he was throwing head kicks and shit, that would have changed the dynamic up. But you know, I was able to stay clean in there, and I was able to stay honest with myself because I had you. Like I said, you a good round because you know if you're not careful, that motherfucker gonna land. Like I think you switch kicked me to the head one time. I was trying to do some of the boxing head movement and shit. Forgetting, you know, this Muay Thai, this ain't no damn boxing. You know, you doing all this shit. I just felt a shin on my.
You know, it's different when they say it's different when your parents tell you to do something versus when a friend or somebody you think equal to you. You know, they say it to you. It hit different. So yeah, you bump your head once, you're like, oh damn, I ain't gonna do that again. Or you touch the stove once, and you're like, oh that shit hot.
That shit hot, yeah, for a fact.
Nah, but I don't. One thing about me, man, I ain't never had an ego in anything I done did, and when you say, yeah, I keep you honest, whatever, but ain't nobody finna come out. We can spar 5 rounds straight, and I expect both of us to come out
most definitely
right,
take care of each other
healthy.
For a fact.
But yeah, man, I just shit. Even if I see something that somebody did, or like I didn't capitalize on something they did, I'm like, hey man, don't do that shit again. Right. Or I landed that strike that you say was good because you did X, Y, and Z. So just do it this way, or look out for this, and just think about like if you throw something, what is the quote unquote typical way for somebody to counter it. I was talking to Coach Danny. I was like, man, I be telling the people that I train. So for if y'all don't know, for the people who've been wanting to train kickboxing or whatever, or want me to teach them, I do teach on Wednesday nights at 7, beginning Muay Thai. So if you do want to learn some kickboxing, you for real, that's the place to show me that you for real. Come to my class. We don't bullshit. It's a beginner class, but I'm not gonna bullshit you, and you're not gonna bullshit me in that class. So if you want to go in there and really show me that you serious about it, come sign up. We can get some private lessons. Whatever, shameless plug or whatever. This is my platform. But yeah, I be telling them, man, expect your opponent to do the right thing. They learned in the same shit you learning. Yeah. So you throw across, expect that hook, that left hook to come just as fast as you throwing your cross. So be one step ahead. Yeah. Always be one step ahead. You expecting that hook to come. So boom, let me roll, let me duck roll. even if they don't throw it, you're doing it so much that you can't get it wrong. So even when that danger do come, you already prepared. You don't got to get ready for the curve, or you don't have to learn by getting hit by it. You learn you learned that weeks ago.
Yeah.
You know, you already prepared for it. You don't stay ready, so you don't never got to get ready.
Facts. And I don't know how you feel, Champ, but like as far as like somebody new, like you was just saying about the class, like people want to come in. Like I want to give them a bit of advice, but I also want you to, if you can, capitalize on it. But like, anybody that is like trying to get into it, like I want y'all to take a few things serious, right? 'Cause especially after my first fight. Tell me if I'm wrong, right? I sort of got. I had a whole game plan. And that shit. I would say 30 seconds in went out
That
the
shit
window.
went out the window.
Went out
Hell
the
yeah.
window. Swear to God, it was at that point. It was all muscle memory.
Right.
So I was having this debate with a couple guys at MMA Stop. So as far as like the thing that's most important, I think drills by far is most important. Like the little boring drill that nobody want to do.
Basics.
The basics. The stepping in the what's the name with the jab and coming out.
Exactly.
Like the shit people don't want to do. Shit worked. It go that. Everybody want to hit the pass.
Right. Everybody want to look good.
Everybody want to hit the pass, bro. And I used to be one of them people. Everybody want to hit the pass. Drills. What would you say? Sparring. Shadow boxing, then pass, or
I would say shadow boxing. Because that's the lowest risk you can take. Shadow boxing shit. If you get knocked out, if you get knocked out shadow boxing, I don't know what's happened. Or if you get hurt shadow boxing, this shouldn't.
Yeah, that shit ain't. If you get knocked out shadow boxing, this shit ain't
right. But you can get a great workout, get a great sweat going. You can work on a lot of different things. You can work on your technique. You can work on your footwork. You can work on your head movement. You can work on the biggest thing is your imagination, right? Because you're shadow boxing, you're boxing with your shadow. So you imagine yourself in the ring against an imaginary opponent. You throw a combination and you picture what's coming, what danger could be coming, and you work in that defense. Then you go back to working on offense. Then you go to working your footwork, right? And then you work in your stance, discipline, you work in all that from shadow boxing. When you do rounds and rounds and rounds of that, consistent, and then also with people, especially people like myself who has a lot of mass, they find out, damn, I'm tired after after one round.
Yeah.
Right? You heavy breathing. You see that a lot in the street fight because they're not used to swinging with all this weight, shoulder discipline, the cardiovascular discipline, all that. Shadow boxing helps you get to throwing 1,000 punches by the end of your training. Then your shoulders, they start, it start being nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing after a couple months or whatever. And I was just telling somebody that last Wednesday, he was saying his shoulders, it was the first day, saying his shoulders was tired. Hey, I've been there before, man. I'm bigger than you. Like, so it took me a couple months to get to that point, but shadow boxing, hitting the bag, not just when, it's not just doing the right things when somebody they had their eyes on you,
Facts.
It's doing the right things outside of class.
Facts.
When nobody's looking. That's also called being a man of integrity.
Yes.
Who are you when no one's looking?
That's the biggest thing, because you know what, I'm gonna be honest, like a lot of the shit that I do now happen outside of MMA Stop. Like honestly, like they job is, coach got 100 students. He ain't gonna never just be able to just
on top of having a family.
On top of so he ain't gonna never just be able to sit in. Like honestly, coach ain't never even held pass for me. I don't know about you, but like not saying that's a bad
very
thing.
seldom.
Yeah, that's not a bad thing, but it's like The work you put in, you got to do it. Like ain't nobody gonna do it. And that's why it took me so long to, cause I was always looking for somebody. Hey, could you hold pass for me? You know, and everybody like, nah, I'm busy right now. And I was kind of waiting on the motherfucker to. I'm like, man, I gotta take shit into my own hands. So now outside, I shadow box, hit the bag, like you said, when nobody watching. Like that's when I'm putting in the work. All that moving and shit. You know, I move a lot. I do that shit
Hell yeah.
in the middle of Vasa. Like, you know, I do it in the middle of Vasa because, you know, everybody can see you. I'm trying to get, you know, stay used to having all of my eyes on me, but I just be moving. You know, it always look like some clown shit to somebody.
Right. Some people that don't understand. You know, when people don't understand some shit, they get to judging.
Man.
You know, they love calling it weird. That's the go-to word. You know, when they don't understand some stuff.
Yeah, most damn. Facts. And it was funny, too, because, you know, like, people, for real, like, they're like, man, yeah, they're going to do it as he finna be in this bitch running around in the middle. But when them videos were dropping from the fight, and, you know, I had all those perfect, everybody, oh, my God, that is so cool. It's...
It be the same people.
It wasn't cool when I was doing, but you know now you see it under a different spectrum with the camera, and you know it looked cool, and I you know
Everything got a purpose.
everything.
Got a purpose. Everybody got a purpose in life.
Yeah,
Right?
for a fact.
So, yeah. Once you, I know you kind of talked about it, and I know it's one of the things I want to ask you, especially because you said it in your video. Once you started training consistently and really flip that switch, like, man, if I'm gonna do it, I need to, you know, I need to not, okay, let me go to the gym tomorrow, or I don't feel like doing it today. You know, I got another opportunity tomorrow to go and whatever. Once you made that decision to, you know, stop missing opportunities to be great today and save it for tomorrow, do you think that's another factor that change who you are as a fighter and your fight progress? Did it elevate? Because, you know, I tell people, you know, especially people in my class, I'm like, man, just stay consistent. Don't worry about if I'm gonna be good today, tomorrow, or next week. You go look up one day and you go be like, the answer is gonna be right in front of you, you know?
For a fact.
The answer gonna be right in front of you.
For a fact, and yeah, most definitely. Like when I started being more consistent, man, honestly, that was more than just for the fight. That was just in life, like, cause that's just how you gotta be. You gotta be consistent in life, or you know, somebody going. Not that I'm looking to my left or my right. I ain't looking at what the next man doing for a fact. Like I'm trying,
Right.
but at the same time, you know, you sitting around waiting, and motherfucker gonna pass you, man. And it's like
Right. Opportunity's gonna pass you by.
opportunities gonna pass you. It was so many. What really opened my eyes, because like I said, I've been going since like 2020. It was so many times where I go to the gym. You know, I go to the gym January, won't go back to May. You know, it was a motherfucker that I was getting down on this part. I'm like, okay. I come back in May.
Right.
He was there, you know, January, February, March, April, May. I was there from January, and then I came back in May, and I'm like, man, I don't even recognize you no more. You acting different. I've been in here.
Right.
So yeah, that for sure changed my mindset. I just want to be more consistent in life, and especially if you're doing something like fighting, where it's the consequences is crucial.
To be playing around, this ain't
this
a
ain't
player
no
you
playing.
yeah.
You
Ain't
know,
nothing to play around with.
this ain't no playing. Like this shit is really like motherfuckers' livelihoods and shit. Like motherfuckers' families and shit coming like that. That night when I fought, that could have been me. You know, as much as I respect everybody and I respected my opponent, as much as, you know, we had to get in there and, you know, it kind of feel bad because, you know, as much as I was happy, you know, he didn't have that same, you know, his family was in the crowd.
Right.
You know, man, it's just like, I don't want that to be me, so I'm going to try to stay as consistent as possible. Now, granted, you know, I'm probably going to lose, of course, you know. I'm not, but at least
Stay in the game long enough, you know what I'm saying?
yeah, for sure. But at least I know, like, man, I put it in. Like, I was, you know, it's a win and losses, and you could probably attest to that because, you know, like you fought 185 for the title, but one thing I respect about you is you bounced back and you came back and
Yeah.
you know, you ain't let that define you, and you ain't let, cause that's some real shit. Like, 'cause, man, you know, you take that L, you could either you know,
That hurt the ego.
yeah, hurt the ego. You can either go down or you could come up, and you, man, since that, you been different.
I
And
can
I feel that. Like you just got a different presence to you now, especially now that you got the belt in the gym. I feel it, especially in them sessions. Like I said, when you doing that little walk, when you walking towards me, I'm just like, oh shit, like I ain't looking away. I'm locked in. You got a different presence to you, and I feel
Yeah.
that. And that's from all that hard work you put in. You bounce back, and I respect that about you.
I can tell you, shit. I can tell you it was a long ride home.
Yeah.
Especially because my dad flew in to town for the title fight just to see me lose. Right? I lost, but I lost that fight, but I wasn't defeated.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, my ego took a big hit, a big hit, especially because, like you said, that's a lot of trolls on there. You know, a lot of motherfuckers want to see. It's always somebody that want to see you fail, or they go laugh. If you fail, that's one of the worries that you got.
Right.
And then it's like, damn. You know that Mr. Crab meme where it's like kind of spinning and you looking around. You're like, damn, where everybody on your ass at once? Yeah, that was me.
Oh shit, yeah.
Man, these last 3 fights, I was up here. I was, first fight, won, crowd going crazy, fighting night type asking spear.
Yeah.
Next fight, dropped the nigga with the left hook. Third fight, I had a real good hard battle.
Yeah.
Then, you think you ready for something. You think you know more than God sometimes. You think you're ready for these blessings that you want.
Yeah.
I wanted the title fight. I wanted this shit. Granted, it was a short notice or whatever, but, I felt like I was ready. And I felt like it was my time. Shit, I didn't even shot a little promo for it. Went out there and lost. But from the moment they closed that fucking gate to the moment I left out there, I felt like I fought my ass off, regardless. And I trained hard from the time that I had. Trained hard for the fight. Like that guy he was bigger than me, had more experience and whatever. So the odds was in his favor, and I could have took that loss as like, damn, maybe I'm not that good like I thought I was, or like, damn, I lost, so well, there goes my perfect record. Motherfucker ain't gonna take me serious now. Yeah, like I said, maybe I'm not as good as I thought I was, or maybe I'm not good enough to be a champion, whatever. And like for a couple weeks, I was down. I was even right after the fight, Coach Jenny, shout out to Coach Jenny for being a great coach, great mentor, great man that he is. He was like, man, you ain't got shit to hang your head about. He was like, why you looking sad? He was like, you just went out there and damn near pulled the shit off. And your third, like, who was fighting for a title in their third, their third fight and whatever. He was like, you fought well, whatever. And that's, he was telling me he was proud of me. Even in your lowest moments, having somebody that tell you that they still proud of you, win, lose, or draw, that means a lot. Like you said, that next fight. Well, after that, I took some time off and whatever, and then I'm like, I was thinking about all those things I was just saying. I'm like, nah, fuck that. And I'm like, I can't go out like that. You know what I'm saying? And then I was like, nah, that can't be me. That negative mindset, I can't carry that with me. Then at the very least, let me run it back. Let me fight another one to see, how I can recover from that. Learned a lot about myself. One that I'm human. Shit, feel the same feelings everybody else feel. Learn that you can't have the highs without the lows. Um, you talk to somebody who didn't, you talk to people who didn't hit rock bottom for various reasons. They know what that shit feel like, and that's motivation right there to never get back to that point ever again. So some people crumple, some people cower away, some people quit on themselves. Some people find out that they not who they think they was. Um, but me, I'm exactly who the fuck I thought I was. I thought I was a champ. It just wasn't my time, or I ran out of time. And I said that loss didn't defeat me, and I didn't quit on myself.
So didn't.
I was right there. Felt like I made one or two crucial mistakes on some rookie shit, man. But got knocked
You wanted
down.
it.
Right, I got knocked down. But what I do? I got back up.
Right back up. Yeah.
Put them bitches right back up.
Yeah.
Got right back on his ass. Got caught again. Dropped again. What I do? Get right back up. That's life. It's life, and
It's real.
a lot of people, they going through a lot more shit a lot more meaningful shit, a lot more harder stuff than a fight, losing a fight. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a lot of more L's that you gonna take in life that you got to bounce back from than taking a fight. Like I can stop fighting and I can be okay in life for the rest of my life. You know what I'm saying? But it's like people go through that they can't come back from. So, people fucking come back from addiction. You know what I'm saying? And that holds way more weight than losing the fight that I signed up for to fight for free. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I was just thinking about that, and then another thing that got me through, it got me through them times is, them same people that showed up when I lost is the same people that showed up the next fight that seen me win. And I was telling Coach Danny, I was like, man, that's something that they helped me through. They helped me through the loss. And he was wrapping my hands and we was talking and I was like, damn, I done watch everybody fight and whatever. I was like, it's a lot of pressure. And being the last person, being expected to win. We all expect to win. You and the motherfucker
The
ain't
main event.
right. We ain't come here for nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, being expected to win, right? And then, I'm just like, it's a lot of pressure. But I'm like, I ain't gonna lie, that's a lot. That's pressure that a lot of people don't have the privilege to have.
Experience, yeah.
And he was like, you're absolutely right. He was like, pressure is privilege. And I'm like, one of the main things that helped me through these times when when I am feeling real anxious or whatever is knowing that win, lose or draw, people like people like him, people like you, people in the gym, they go love me regardless. Family go love me regardless. This is just what I do, not who I am. You know what I'm saying? The person who I was is the person who got up not once but twice off the canvas, and shit. Even if I couldn't pick myself up, the next person in line that's gonna be running in the cage to pick me up was the man wrapping my hand. So it's I'd be damned if I quit on myself, and quit on you, and quit on everybody else who believed in me. You got to get up and keep fighting.
What's that?
And that was my biggest, that mindset right there was my biggest motivation to come back better and stronger. And then it's like damn, now they offer me another title fight. I'm like, for real? Like with the full camp? Like now I ain't got no excuse. Win, lose, or draw, I ain't got no other excuse. I got a full camp. I can train how I want to train. I can watch, film on my opponent now. And
no slouch, by the way.
hell nah, he was
Yeah. No slouch, by the way.
like rifle. Fighters come in all shapes and sizes and whatever. When people be on the net trolling and shit like that. Whether it's how somebody look or the side that somebody opponent. I don't feed into none of that. Like a fighter is a fighter. You know, a dog is a dog. You know, no matter what they look like, they all size and shapes and whatever. Everybody is, you know, danger is danger at the end of the day.
Absolutely, and that's only for us to understand. Like I
Mm-hmm.
know exactly what you mean because you know they see big muscles and they see skin and bone. Everybody gon' gravitate towards the muscle and shit.
Right.
So yeah, but
But
it's
yeah.
some dangerous motherfuckers, all shapes and sizes, like you said. But
Right. And it's like, why would I not respect this man when he got something that I don't got? You
so he
know.
was the champion.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. And then he had a winning record, so it's like, what's not to respect? Shit. I was nervous. I was nervous about the reach and whatever. I knew I was gonna have to take some shots to get inside to get the shots that I wanted to land. And shit, I just knew that I had to level up my game. And also for the newer fighters and whatever, um, don't be pressured into fighting. You know, don't be pressured into fighting when you don't feel like you're ready or whatever. One thing I be telling people, I fight when I feel like I got some shit to prove. Some like, okay, I didn't put in the work to get better, and let me see how much better I didn't really got. And yeah, now I'm fighting better opponents for a bigger belt, for a bigger platform. Um, you got to put in the work. You can't expect to get somewhere. You can't expect to get ahead in life if you're not doing things differently to get what you haven't had before. You got to start doing things you've never done before. So yeah, I just start taking more risks, taking more chances, getting more dedicated, taking myself more serious, and then like you say, what the you're not gonna lie, with the belt, it comes a different level of confidence. Um, yeah, you start moving a little different, but you don't forget well the good champions. They don't forget where they came from. You know what I'm saying? They don't forget what works, what got them there. The basic shape, what got there. Showing up every day on time, uh, showing up on time.
Staying a little later.
You're staying a little late. It's been days where I was there, especially for that camp alone. I was there waiting on motherfuckers to open up the gym so I can get my work in, and then do class, right, and then run after class and whatever. That's stuff that champions do, winners do. Not even champion, winners do. They don't do the average like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? If everybody getting better, say class is an hour, right? Think about that 1%. If everybody putting in 1%, everybody getting this and this much better at the same time. If I put in another 1% here and another 1% here, and everybody going like this, I'm gonna go like this faster. I'm gonna get to where they want to be faster than them because I'm more than willing to put in the effort to do that. And shit, it's a lot I had to sacrifice. Um, shit, smoking, drinking, the typical stuff, and I went months without that, and it wasn't a struggle for me because I had a bigger purpose than that. You know what I'm saying? Way bigger purpose. It was something I wanted so bad. I was willing to sacrifice the stuff that don't get you. They don't like it don't have purpose. All that stuff had negative negative effects on me, and I want to replace that with something that had a positive effect on me, and was fuel to get me to where I wanted to be. And
Facts.
yeah, I just came back bigger and stronger. They said hurt change people. Like I said, shit, losing hurt. Shit, you know, Mama was there. I can imagine how, she was probably in there in the stands crying. Maybe uh, my dad flew in, seen me lose, seen his son lose. And I'm like, damn. So what he go think about me? You know what I'm saying?
Oh man. Mm-mm.
I'm like, damn. Do I want to keep doing the same thing as I was doing? Go out there again and take the risk of losing again? I was like, nah. I'm not finna beat her twice. Especially if I can help it. So yeah, it's just back to the drawing board.
Back to the
You,
drawing
you
board
know,
for sure.
you hear a motherfucker who at the top of the game, they take that one L and they say it's back to the drawing board. You gotta start doing things a little different. And
You get rewarded for that.
hell yeah. But yeah, I it's crazy. It's a crazy experience, man. This whole fighting stuff, and it's not even about the wins. Like the wins isn't what you should hang your head on. Is the sacrifice you're willing to make to change to be a better you.
Yeah.
Because I'm a better fighter than what I was. Coming back from loss and can bounce back with a win, but that made me a better man. It was a reality check, ego check. I was just telling Coach Danny, I was like, man, that should have really set your ego free. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of people, they fight. You can win the fight, but people can be on the net. Oh, he was fighting so scary. He was fighting, yada 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 or whatever. And I remember Adesanya, who was saying, for a long time he was so afraid to get knocked out and whatever and whatever. Then he finally got knocked out and he was like, oh, that shit wasn't that bad. You know what I'm saying? And like now,
Take that pressure off you a little bit.
yeah, especially in the boxing nowadays, you see people scared to take their first loss and whatever. They want to get that undefeated record, and I was on the same shit. I'm like, how cool would I be? I can get to 5-0, 10-0, or some shit like
Right.
that, or whatever. Then I took that first L. It's like, well, shit, that's out the window. Like now I ain't got to worry about that shit now. So this is just it's all right now. I'm focused on how many wins I can accumulate. And that really set me free. That fear of getting knocked out in front of everybody and being talked about, that's out the window. That set me free. I ain't got to worry about that no more.
I mean, but who talking though? The motherfuckers that ain't brave enough to get in there.
Right.
It's like a different motherfucker to get in. That'd be my biggest thing. Like, all
Right.
right, you do it then.
Mm-hmm.
It take a lot of courage to get in there for a fact, because it's you don't know what's gonna happen. But if you're willing to bet on yourself, you got my respect. So, I personally, anybody like that you felt like you just gotta ask yourself, would they do it? Because it's easy. Because I think I just seen Adesanya, he posted something. I actually shared it. He said, everybody want to laugh at the gladiator. That's some coward shit. It's always the cowards that's laughing. Because the same motherfuckers who wouldn't do that, especially against that motherfucker you was fighting, like even, because like, typically you could just see a motherfucker, like, oh, I ain't fucking with him. You said, I'm a bad motherfucker too, and show me you better than me. Like,
Exactly. Win, lose, or draw. You say
Show
you
me.
better, man. Okay, you have to show me. We gonna have to throw them bitches eventually.
Yeah.
Like,
And that's one thing about Trey. His ass coming.
like,
Trey, that's one thing I respect about you is you. I never seen defeat in your eyes. Like you, if you trying to get a motherfucker, you like a hungry lion or something. You trying to get that meal, and you
Right.
willing to run through whatever, brick
Right.
walls, cement walls.
and like you said, you picked up on that, right?
Yeah.
And like I said, it's a lot of stuff about fighting that pertains to life, and it's just a lot of stuff about sports that pertain to life, outside of just that sport that you train in. Like you said, you picked up on that, and if you take I take that same mindset into my job and whatever else. People say, people may you can like they DM like something similar, like they DM me like, can you shoot this? It'd be some shit I probably ain't even shot before. hell yeah, I can shoot that with the utmost confidence. Never let somebody see your hand, and you know, and it's like, okay, now I got, so say if they hit me on a Sunday and they want to book that Saturday, I got from Sunday to Saturday morning to get my shit together, to get on the internet, figure out how to turn this shit into a win, how to capitalize on this. It's all
For a
about the
fact.
mindset that you take into any situation. Um, but yeah, like I said, you may hear me say it a couple times. I'm a dog. I'm a dog for sure.
That is a fact.
Coach Danny,
I could attest to
you can
that.
ask him. You can ask him. I encourage anybody to ask Coach Danny, how was it cornering me in the third fight when I fought Henry. Um, I think I'm pretty sure I lost. You can say I lost the first round, right? It's real competitive that first round, but he probably edged it out maybe. And I had on the black shorts where it's just dogs on them, wolves, and I purposely wore them because I asked for a hard fight. I was like, okay. I was like, I just came off a knockout win. I could be, full of myself and whatever. I was like, I want another challenge. I want a hard fight. And they gave me somebody that said, he's a good striker, X, Y, and Z, and whatever it's gonna be. Hard fight. Your homie Ajon, he was like, Trey, I ain't gonna lie to you. It's a. He was like, when they told me who he was fighting, he was like, I was nervous for you because he ain't no slouch. And say less shit. Get me out the bed. Let me go in the motherfucking gym tomorrow. Right. Then who else? DK. He was saying, yeah, I know him. He, good fighter. It's gonna be a hard fight for you. Say less. He was like, but I think you can do it. Say less. And that's all that shit. That's all I need to hear. I believe I can do it, but other people believing, when two or three say the same thing, there got to be some truth to that. So I'm like, fuck it, let me lock in. And I'm sitting on sitting there on the stool. Shit, he looked more tired than me. And Coach Jenny, he was like, man, you gotta lock in. I need you to lock in these last two rounds. And he was like, we gotta win these last two rounds. And he was like, you really gotta dog his ass. I was like, I'm a dog. And he was like, I'm a fucking dog. Stood up with that shit and said, hey, I'm a fucking dog. And he spoke some words of encouragement into me and I think the second round, I dropped his ass with a liver shot. Patent it. But yeah, man, you got to take that mindset into whatever situation you is, whether, the odds are stacked against you or whatever. You put your best foot forward and make sure you really got to make people respect you. People be wanting to have the fruits of the labor up front without actually putting in the labor. You know what I'm saying? People be wanting, even when I see business owners, small business owners in Joliet, they want all this support, and they, want to charge X, Y, and Z and whatever, but they ain't put in the work. My business, I'm charging what I'm charging for, what I do, but they don't see where I went months without having no clients. It was months. It was a time where I'm like, damn, I must not be good because I ain't got no people. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting weddings. Somebody called me today about a wedding. Right? I did my first wedding for $500, and I didn't even have my own camera. I didn't have my own Ronin. I was borrowing equipment just to have that professional look, have that professional quality. Trying to find my way, trying to make a way for myself. And shit, $500 wasn't nothing. That money probably was going that same week or something. You know what I'm saying? That's two bills if you're lucky. But now I'm charging 2 or 3 times that And that was what, 5 years ago. I would love to have been making the money I'm making now back then, but I had to build my worth. I had to build my worth. I had to put in the work for my worth. I had to make the mistakes um, as a professional. I had to make some mistakes. I had to build off that to get better, and then all in all, shit, I just had to get better. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's levels to this. Like I said, I want to be a champ so bad. I want to be a champ so bad. I stepped in there with a champ, respectable champ, and lost. And I'm like, now I see what that shit is like. Then it was like, bro, I was right there. I was right there. And like, I felt like I was right there, and like, why the fuck would I give up on myself if I felt like I was right there? You know what I'm saying? Breakthrough is always on the other side of your hardest times. You know what I'm saying? I be telling people, your darkest days, your hardest days, when it's raining out and you got this dark cloud above you that's following you around. Don't forget that there are rainy days. You still getting watered. You still getting water, right? And at the end of those rainy days, what always comes out? The sun, sunshine, a rainbow.
That is a fact.
They say there's beauty on the other side of that rainbow. You keep chasing rainbows, you gonna find something great. So,
Basically, it's always a positive and a negative.
bro, you always got to find a silver lining in something to hold on to.
That's a fact.
There's always hope in something. You know,
That is a fact.
Some people be in messed up situations. Some people born in messed up situations. Some people inherit messed up situations. Shit, stuff get passed down. It can be shit, diabetes in the family. You may always been a heavy set kid growing up because that's just what was a situation that's passed down to you. You can dwell in that. You can live with that. You can just accept that, or you can get up and you can change that for yourself. You can
be the difference.
Right. You can want better for yourself. Be the difference maker. Especially with people talk about these generational curses and whatever, breaking generational curses and whatever. You can be the first person to change something.
For a fact. That's real, and I appreciate that. That was some real gems right there. I really hope y'all listen to that and take that in. That was some real shit.
Hell yeah.
Cause definitely want to break the generational curses.
But yeah, yeah. When you said, I was just thinking about earlier when you said, how we both from the same place, and it's not a lot to be celebrated around here, but I would like to think I've been doing a lot of positive stuff around here, and it's nice to be recognized for it, whether the attention makes me uncomfortable or not. It's nice to be recognized for something positive.
Yeah.
And it's nice, for my.
Better get used to that shit, champ. Fuck.
Right, yeah. Shit, even people calling. I remember when the first time people start calling me champ and whatever, and it's like,
trying to stay humble.
Man.
In the back of your head, you like, yeah, I am the champ, huh?
Right, but man, sometimes you gotta embrace that shit. You earned it. You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes, all the time.
Right.
All the time, bro. Shit, it's the champ. And I know that. I just so happen to know the champ. I train with the champ. Goddamn it.
You gonna be a champ one day.
Man, I appreciate that. I hope so, man.
I believe you. We got a lot of people in our gym that I believe can
real dogs
get there. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So if you really wanna get these motherfuckers working right, go ahead and come by the stop, man. We'll get you together. And one of the other things that I want to ask you, because I talked about it. I started coaching August. That's when I first started. Damn, it's been a minute now, and that was never something that I thought I would get into or be comfortable enough to do. just because like my anxiety and whatever. And even now to this day, you know, the students. It's funny. I can call them my students now, right? And, yeah, they'll come up to me. They ask me different questions, you know, whatever, and they call me coach and whatever. And I just think like, damn, like I'm not even where I want to be. And it's like I got people who looking up to me,
Look up real shit.
looking up like quote unquote looking up to me, to guide them, to correct them, to um, give them a little bit of hope. And that's why my last fight, I'm pretty sure I shouted them out. But yeah, I wanted to shout them out because you know they my motivation. You know what I'm saying? Like the shit that I'm teaching y'all, this shit that was taught to me that got me to where I want to be. And I know y'all, you know, I can see it in some of these people's eyes that they want it. You know, they want to get better. Not even that they want, you know, they want to win. They want to be a champ. They just want to be better. They want to be a better version of themselves.
Facts.
And I want to shout out one person for sure. 'Cause I think he's fighting soon. Timothy, Tim.
A little bad motherfucker. He bad. He cold. I love him. I love Tim.
Tim, he came a long way.
A long way.
He came along. One day I looked up and I'm like, okay, Tim, putting that shit together.
Tim be whooping my ass.
Right, motherfucker got his body together now, slim down.
That's one of the people I was talking about. It was one day I was showing up. You know, I'm jabbing them up. Came back months later. Tim be bop 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 bop
Right,
bop.
keeping me honest. And I'm not gonna lie to you, Tim.
Five
You know
punch
what I'm saying?
combination. I just shelled up real quick. I'm just damn. That was fast.
Right, let me reset. Let me circle my dumb ass over here and reset.
You hear
But
me?
yeah, you know, he keep me honest for sure. You know, I land when I land, whatever. But yeah, he every day,
Every day.
landing some more shit. Got some more confidence. Like I said, when I first started, and I used to get called to the cage to go fight Rob. Now, hey, you ready? What up, man?
Yeah.
I got you next round.
Yeah.
The rounds ends. Now I'm looking up. Tim on his way. I got you. Now, not you want to go. It's I got you.
Fact.
Bet. And I respect that. About him. So
Fact. Tim gonna be a motherfucker.
hell yeah. So Tim, I'm gonna probably clip this. I'm gonna try and remind myself to clip this. I'm gonna send it to you, because I know when I first started, actually before I first started fighting, right? I was still training or whatever. But I was at a party with DK and them, and he was telling me, you know, I be seeing you working, you know. And a couple other people said the same shit, you know, whatever. They were like, I be seeing you when they're working. How are you working? You know, you done came a long way and whatever. And you know, I can see you really want it. And, you know, like you'll be good one day. That's all I need to hear. Now, look at me now. From 2021 to 2025, we here now, right? So I would encourage anybody, like whatever you see somebody doing, if you see somebody younger to you that look up to you or whatever, they in the same field as you, that's actually putting in the work to get better, tell them that you see them. Congratulate them on the little wins. Even on they bad, or on the days where they think it's their bad day, you know, be the pick me up that they may need or whatever, and that'll go a long way. You'll never know how many people don't have somebody to tell them that they're proud of them, or they see them. It's a lot of people who feel like they nobodies that feel like they never been seen, and then for them to hear, oh, I see you working, I see how, you know, how far you came and whatever. they give them a whole different purpose,
For a fact.
right? Because a lot of people come in there to find their purpose. You know what I'm saying?
Most definitely.
I shouted Coach Danny out and like, man, I came this gym overweight. I was depressed. I was sad that I wasn't this NFL superstar that I always wanted to be. I didn't know what I was, what my next step would have been to make me happy, and I took a chance on myself. So shout out to myself for doing that,
Fact.
and then shout out to him for believing in me, sticking with me, because I wasn't good to start out. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't
None of
good,
us was, bro.
right? But everybody got a starting point, and I be telling all the new people that I get that I'm granted the opportunity to coach. I tell them everybody has a starting point. I had a starting point, and don't worry about where you starting. Worry about where you're going. Don't worry about the final destination too. Fall in love with the journey.
The journey, for a fact.
Fall in love with the work.
Right.
If you love putting in the work, you never gonna stop.
Fact.
Once you reach your destination, you will go past that. You will be like, okay, I got here. How much more can I do? You know what I'm saying? Okay, I got one title. How many more can I get? You know what I'm saying? The man who loves running go run faster than the one who just want to get to the destination. You know what I'm saying? So,
fact, and that be the thing about fighting. It's easy to get discouraged. It's like you could literally train and you be like, man, like I don't feel no progress. I don't see no progress, and it literally might like actually feel like you not. But I promise you, every day you getting better. The days that you feel like you the shittiest, that's the days you get you get better. Like when you first start, I would tell everybody to. Like, whether you a fighter or not, like, whether you want to compete or not, like, if you just want to get better, just record yourself. And, just, because you got to start putting this shit together.
document your process.
Yeah, document, for a fact. Because it's honestly funny to look back. Like, I used to think I was raw. I look back at some of these videos, I'm like, what?
Man, I used to, prop my little phone up.
Yeah.
I seen some videos back when I first started fighting. I was still big. I was big as hell. I didn't even have good gloves back then. I thought I was on a bag really punching some shit. Big as hell.
That be the thing. You be on the bag, you think you fucking that shit up. You look back,
Man, that shit look ugly. I seen some shadow boxing videos. The way I was moving, boy, I was not bouncing. I was not cutting angles.
Man.
But I knew I was gonna keep going.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
I respect any man that keep going too, because it's so easy to just get discouraged. I'm not getting better. Fuck this shit. Because I see it happen all the time. People come to the gym, they just.
Oh, I'm not getting it. I'm not getting it. I'm not getting it. I'm still not getting it. Shit. Yeah. But one day it's gonna click. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, you can fail 100 times, and the next attempt can be the time you succeed. So you never know.
For a fact, I honestly remember when we first started. Cause I honestly remember when we first started sparring and training and stuff. Like me and you personally, and like the difference now versus how it used to be. Like you used to just walk forward and you was trying to throw some shots and shit. But now, like you said, you cutting angles, switching stances. You know what I'm saying? You doing a little hand fighting shit.
Right.
Little shit that people don't really
think matter.
Yeah.
Or to the novice, to the layman, they don't see that making a difference. You know what I'm saying?
For a fact, you circling around. Like you ain't just walking forward. Like I remember, you just used to walk forward, and it was kind of like you was a pressure fighter, and I was But now sometimes you make me come to you.
Setting traps,
set traps. Pivotal stuff, and you cut me off like you.
Hey, and I wish I can take. I wouldn't say I wish I can take credit, but full credit, I should say. But it's all trusting in the process, trusting in the coach. Anybody who's looking to get somewhere, who needs some guidance, find somebody tangible, somebody you can get to fast that believe in you, just like you believe in yourself. That see, share the same vision, because all the stuff you saying, I gotta give credit to my coach. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out, Coach Danny.
And you gotta get with somebody that's gonna tell you when you're doing wrong, not when you're doing right. You don't need no yes man in your camps, whether it's a fight camp or a work camp or work circle, how whatever. You don't need just a yes man. You need people who gonna call you out on your own bullshit, tell you when you doing wrong. Yeah, tell you the hard truth, not the shit that sound good, but the hard truth.
Yeah.
And stuff that make you go home and reevaluate yourself. Because there's a lot of people that's they downfall, and that's why a lot of people never reach their potential. They think you up here when you really down here, but you could be up here, but you just, like you said, or like I said earlier, like the man in the mirror is your hardest opponent to beat. Sometimes you can be in your own way, block your own blessings.
Every time.
That's a real thing, blocking your own blessings. Unwilling to change. You know what I'm saying? You can't expect to fill your cup up if you got a cup full of waste product, byproduct, shit that you don't need in there. You gotta keep the right people around you.
Shout out MMA stuff, man. It's really like a brotherhood in there. We all keep each other honest in there, for real. Shout out DK, cause like I want to piggyback on something you said, cause you said like one day he came up to you and he said, I see he did the same thing to me. He tell me, he's like, man, when I look at you, you remind me of Izzy. That meant the world to me, because that's my favorite fighter. And just little stuff like that. It's just like, now I watch Izzy every day. You even said we both even black as hell. Shit. Shit. Like, man, when he said, I was like, man, that's who I wanna. You could always just pull just little shit like shout out DK, man. DK got a vision, and he really instill that confidence, because everybody. D Woody 5-0 as a pro. Everybody want to be like DK,
right?
And, to have somebody like that, or have somebody like Rob, or have somebody like Chris. Them. That's another hard round that I ain't tell y'all about. Chris.
Oh yeah. You think you like to fight? We'll see.
Hell, dirty. Yeah. That motherfucker will fight you.
Rey Mysterio ass.
Man, fuck this technique. You laying something on him.
Oh yeah.
Stand there. Max Holloway said, But yeah, just having people like that tell you, like, man, like, having people like Trey tell me, like, man, I see you, that shit. That shit mean the world. That shit mean the world, honestly. I'm trying to get like them. Yeah. I'm trying to have a, something like this. I'll show my son, like, man. But
I'm saying you got a bigger purpose. That's one of your purposes. Yeah. Your driving factors, your why. That they talk about finding your why. But yeah, and like something that I learned, was something that I heard from a coach. That was saying, I think it was from Coach Love. He was a receiver coach back in college. Now he working with the Bears. Proud of him, man. But shout out to him. I think he just had his second baby too. So congratulations, Coach Love, for having his second baby. But yeah, he was saying that you have your highest highs coaching when like it don't when you have nothing to gain from it, no personal gain from it. You know what I'm saying? Because he's like, I done been there. I done been at the highest level. He played at Indiana, tight end for there, whatever. He didn't have his personal success as a player, but seeing, coaching is seeing how the happiness of a player, how he gets from the work that he put in, and the the work that you put into him, and seeing his success and seeing, him bask in his glory, it makes you proud. You know what I'm saying? So seeing that, getting into coaching and seeing people go from not being able to throw a correct punch to, okay, now 6 weeks later, now you throwing the whole combination. Right now you got a different look in your eye now, gangster. You know what I'm saying? You walking a little different.
Fact.
You know what I'm saying? You a whole new man.
Fact.
That's a whole different experience, man. And
that'd be dope, honestly.
hell yeah.
Like I'd like to get into coaching, but I still got some work. Who the fuck am I to be trying to tell you some shit? I still got shit to work on. I need to build up. I'm trying to build up a resume like y'all before I even.
Hey, I'm telling you, I was there. I had that same thought. Still having the same thoughts, but why not start today? You know.
Somebody actually asked me that, like, cause I'm doing a little pad holding thing, like, seeing it. Somebody inboxed me like, "Fuck, you scared to get back in the cage? You didn't turn into a coach now?"
So
I said, "Oh no, I need a fight. Book me a fight now."
hell yeah.
Book me a fight now. That blew me a little bit.
But yeah, why not? Why not start now? And people know, like, say it's you, all right, I'm gonna start coaching. You put all your eggs out there, say, this is my experience level, I'm starting out, I'm doing it for this amount just because, I'm getting into it or whatever. And you honest with people up front, and they already know what to expect. They already, they believe in you, and they comfortable with you, giving you their money to coach them or whole path or whatever. And then the people will be like, it's all right. We'll learn together. You still know more than somebody out there. That's the thing. That's what I was telling Coach Jenny too when he first asked me to coach. You know what I'm saying? He was like he was like, it's just basics. You know what I'm saying? You already know the basics. Like, I know that you know the basics because I see you doing the basics. So that's all I need you to be. You don't have to, be me with X amount of years of experience. You just got to be yourself, and you can even put your own spin to it. So I'm saying you don't never gotta, because I get it. You see, like you said, you see somebody like me with the belt, and you want to get there, but I tell people you got to be yourself.
Right. Yeah.
You gonna have your own belt.
Yeah.
Like this my shit. You gonna have your own belt, your own way,
right,
at your own time. You know what I'm saying?
right.
So, no, I say the hardest person to defeat is the person looking back at you in the mirror. So that's why I said, why not? Why not today? Why not now? Why not?
I want to defeat that motherfucker again.
Right.
For a fact.
You see what happened when you got past that hump on your first fight. You got past that hump. You said, "Fuck, let me go in here and let me be consistent, because I'm not gonna reach my goal not being consistent." You know what I'm saying? And then I seen, because I used to think about it too. I was like, damn, I ain't seen this nigga in a minute, couple weeks. Now I'm like, well, shit, he work job, got the prison, whatever. That's a crazy schedule. So I'm like, that's probably why. And then I seen the video. I'm like, nigga been in his own head. But I commend you for, recognizing your own faults, and not being delusional. Because that's a that's a real thing. People be really delusional, and they be wondering why they at where they at in life. You know what I'm saying? And people don't be willing to accept that they're exactly where they at in life because of the decision they made. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta be honest with yourself. Like, I always knew, like, I had potential to get in there and win. If anything, like, if I don't pan out to be this big fighter that I thought I was, at least I knew I could get in there and I could win and I could. You know what I'm saying? And so be it. Like, I'm willing to,
And
step in there and find out. But I'm just chasing that man in the mirror. Like I want him to be the best version of himself. Like I look at the
Whatever that
belts,
come to.
yeah. I look at the belts, yeah, that shit cool. Of course I want a belt, but I just when I look at that man in the mirror, I just want to know, like, man, you got the most out your life. You really, you know, you went for everything you said you would. Cause growing up, honestly, I didn't I had confidence issues. I
Same.
Yeah, I just now becoming more outspoken and more comfortable and more. So that be my wins. I'm just chasing a better version of myself, and the best version of yourself is when you put yourself in vulnerable situations and you beat that shit. That's when you.
You get comfortable with being uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? And you get in, you you X out so many uncomfortable situations. You go through life, not fearing anything. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
A man that don't fear nothing, that's a dangerous
That's a
motherfucker,
dangerous man.
right?
That is a dangerous man. You hit that shit right on the head, bro.
Because people don't reach their full potential because they be held back by their own fear, their
Yeah,
own
man.
anxiety. That's what anxiety is. I be having to tell myself that. And, people be telling me that too, time to time. Uh, anxiety is just worrying about shit that hasn't even happened
Happen.
yet.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? What if I lose? What if you don't? You know what I'm saying? What if it don't work out? But what if it do? Like you saying, look at the dude with all these muscles. What if I get knocked out? What if you knock his ass out? Then what?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Real. Yeah.
shit
Yeah.
like that is, what I have to carry with me in every facet of um, what I do, and especially in my business.
Yeah.
Damn, what if this shoot go wrong or whatever? What if I don't? What if I let somebody down? Whatever, and it's like, what if I don't? What if it's the best shoot I do in my whole life? You know what I'm saying? When you get through it and you get your little wins, whatever it may be, and you be like, I don't even know what I was worrying about. You know what I'm saying? Even right now, I can tell you right now, I'm thinking about this next fight, fighting for another promotion, fighting in another state, fighting in front of hundreds of new people and whatever. I already know that I got the belt, so it's people coming for me. You know, I'm the best. The champion is supposed to be the best, and I'm fighting for another belt, and that's a different level of danger. So this shit got me nervous, and it's like damn, like what if I lose? Then it's like what keeps me going is like, what if I go out there and I'm the same motherfucker that I think I am? You know what I'm saying? Like, what if I go out there and knock his ass out in 30 seconds? You know what I'm saying? And then it's
Which is
like,
a huge possibility.
right.
You just gotta bet. You gotta bet on yourself, man. That's why I respect you, bro. You gotta bet on yourself. Cause I bet you one thing. If you say fuck it, I'm not even going. I might lose. 10, 15 years later, and I know this from experience. Cause it's shit. I still bother me that I did as a shorty. Like, man, why you didn't? You gon'
You
What
ain't
if
at
I?
least try.
Right, you gon' but at that point you ain't even gonna be able to do. So just anything you question it, just do it because at least you answer that question, and maybe the answer wasn't the answer you thought you was gonna get, but it's better
Right.
than never knowing.
Right. At least you got an answer. You know what I'm
That,
saying?
that's simple.
At least you got an answer. You don't gotta sit there with regret because you didn't give, because I just seen something else. Worry about if you go lose and whatever. Why worry about that if you only worrying about that? They was basically saying you only worried about that if you didn't give all you can give. You know what I'm saying? And then like the one loss that I got, shit. Like I said, I lost, but I wasn't defeated. I gave everything I fucking had. I fought my ass off. What else can I ask for? What else can a coach ask from you? Like, I didn't put months and months into investing into you. All I ask you is go out there and fight your ass off. Fight like you want to be. act like you want to be there. You know what I'm saying? Don't give up on yourself. You know what I'm saying? I don't even in life I don't condone quitting and shit. You know, you got to see it through. See it through to the end, cause you make it you start making excuses for yourself and you go form a habit. You quit one thing and it's gonna be easier to make them same excuse and quit another thing. You know what I'm saying? One thing that we had a crazy coach when I transferred to Benedictine, and he used to say some crazy stuff. And the quote that he gave was crazy, but as a boy I didn't understand it. As a man I understand it, and that's going through stuff. That's where you start maturing and learning stuff. Like when your parents say some shit to you as a kid and you don't understand it, and they were like, "Wait till you get on, you understand." He was saying, you quit on your teammates, you quit on your family. You quit on the people that trust you to show up and do your job and to have their back. You quit on them here when you get in the real world where it actually matters, because it's a football game. Football game don't mean shit to nobody in the real world, right? When you get in the real world and you get around other people who rely on you, look up to you, look for you to protect them, you quit on them, you lie to them, you cheat them. You done already started that trend years back. Now it's just recycling itself. You know what I'm saying? So
That's some real shit.
didn't understand. I heard a couple of people laugh. I heard people look at them crazy or look at each other like, this ain't crazy and whatever. But and I can I don't want to say I didn't look at them crazy. I didn't, but I can say I didn't fully understand it until I got into the real world and seeing how applicable that could be to daily situations. So
That's real.
hell yeah. But man, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you for everything that you accomplish. Proud of you for all the fears that you demolish. The more and more of those that you conquer, the less and less that you have holding you back. You know, yeah. I mean, the sky's the limit for you and a lot of people at the gym. And we're going to have to have you back on the pod because there's some more stuff we got to get into. Like the Mark Curry shit. Man, all the other stuff. But yeah,
before we get up out of here, can I just say I appreciate you because this is honestly a huge honor. Like for you to have me on the podcast is crazy. You keep doing. I'm proud of you too, bro. You be putting the city on, and it's much love over here. We two young Joliet boys Joliet men just trying to put on for the city and put on for our family and build a legacy and not
find that way through life. It's hard finding your way through life as an adult and getting no blueprint. Not only as being an adult, as being a man, being a black man, being a black man in situations where you already looked at had a losing end. There's no blueprint to success with anything, and it's not a one size fit all type of thing either. So I commend you for being a stand up guy. I know that works wonders for your son, having a good example of what a winner is. You know what I'm saying? Being a winner, being somebody that there for him every situation, it's hard having a family and being able to get the training. I see you bringing his ass with you.
Yeah.
I see you videos and you teaching him and stuff. That's stuff that he could remember for the rest of his life. Cause same type of things I remember me and my dad doing. With football, we out in the parking lot doing some shit, or we out in the field working on my pitching or something like that. Just something that I can hold on to the rest of my life and saying that my dad was there for me these times, and he was somebody that I know. It's tons of people I know. I probably know more people that don't even know their dad versus people who know their dad. So just for that alone, for being a young black person in their kid's life, seeing it through, I commend you on that as well.
Appreciate that, bro. That mean a
So
lot.
so yeah, but yeah, I hope y'all enjoy the episode. Like I said, I'm gonna be getting these out more frequently. I'm gonna have more fighters on, have more people, different backgrounds to talk to. I'm gonna get through this fight. Uh, in a month or so, you gonna see me with 2 of my belts, maybe black eye, maybe some.
Shit, I ain't even gonna be able to sit on the couch. I'm gonna have to sit over here. You
Right,
gonna
I'm
have both of the
gonna
belts
have to
right
bring.
here.
I'm bringing my coffee table and put it right here, both of them. But yeah, y'all gonna see me with my second belt. I'm gonna be on this bitch like Conor McGregor, and yeah, man, we just go live it up once more, and yeah, I see y'all in the next one. All right,
Oh, that was dope.
hell yeah. Let me see that. Yeah, let me I want to take a thumbnail. Usually, I just have a